The situation in Afghanistan is dire, especially for children. This week, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called on the world to take immediate action and inject liquidity into the Afghan economy to avoid collapse.
The Afghan people cannot suffer a collective punishment because the Taliban misbehave. People should not die of hunger in any circumstance.
This week, the European Union pledged more than $1 billion in new humanitarian aid to Afghanistan at an emergency virtual conference. The U.S. has approved nearly $64 million in recent weeks. Reporters asked State Department spokesperson Ned Price if the U.S. is prepared to do more.
So we are, of course, not in a position to provide financial support to the Taliban or any future Afghan government until and unless we see to it that these core requirements are being met and the rights of the people of Afghanistan are being fully respected and enforced.
In a VOA interview, a Taliban deputy minister called on the U.S. and other countries to unfreeze Afghan assets held abroad.
Freezing Afghanistan's assets is an injustice toward the people of Afghanistan. We are negotiating with the Americans. We are also negotiating with other countries and the international banks to release this money because it belongs to the Afghan people. This is the Afghan people's bread and butter, and releasing this money is crucial to solving the economic problems of the Afghan population.
Withholding direct aid and freezing assets are having an impact on the Afghan economy. William Byrd of the U.S. Institute of Peace told VOA.
I mean, the real problem with asset freeze is it stopped the flow of any foreign currency banknotes into the country. So everybody is being constrained by just the lack of money supply. And paradoxically, also, the new Afghan government can't actually print any money because that was printed abroad.
Some Afghans are lining up at banks to withdraw some of their money, as Michael Kugelman explains.
As a result, banks now have much less money than they had in previous years, which has been one of the big concerns, that you have huge lines to access money in banks when the Taliban even allows banks to be open.
With salaries not being paid and food scarce in many areas, some Afghans are trying to cross the border to Iran, with many being caught and sent back. Experts tell VOA if the humanitarian situation does not improve, millions of Afghans will likely try to flee. Cindy Sain, VOA News.